The decision to go forward with this unjust mandate that's such a terrible violation of religious liberty in our country, I mean, it was just deeply disappointing, and we have to fight it. I think we bishops are determined to fight it. It's a terrible injustice to try to force us to violate our conscience, to include in our healthcare plans coverage of evils like I mentioned, sterilization, contraception, and even abortifacient drugs. This is an unprecedented attack on religious freedom, as Archbishop Dolan said. And, you know, they said, well, they'll give us a year. You know, and I think Archbishop Dolan was really right. A year to figure out how to violate our conscience, that's ridiculous. And I think the time has come for all of us to stand up and say, we cannot accept this. And, you know, whether we have to fight it in the courts or through Congress or however, but this is not America. You know, one of the founding principles for our country was freedom of religion, which is not just freedom to worship. It's also has to do with the ability to follow our conscience. And so the decision on Friday just was shocking. And as I said in my homily, the Catholic community needs to be united, and also with brothers and sisters of other faiths who share our convictions on this. So I'm going to call upon all the people of our diocese to pray and to be vocal about this in the public square. As I said in my homily, we can't be silent and just sit back and tolerate such injustice, such violation of. And when I speak of religious freedom, this isn't just something granted to us by the U.S. Constitution. This is a fundamental human right. I think it is a good opportunity to teach. As you know, I tried to do some teaching in my homily, but all the activities of the weekend, and you know, because it's important that consciences be well formed, and well formed according to the truths of our faith, and also the truths of the natural law, which, as I said in the homily too, when we're talking about the dignity of human life, you know, things like abortion, violating God's commandment, thou shalt not kill, that's not only in Scripture, it's a law written in the heart of every person. It is God's voice within us, and it's what we call conscience. But it needs to be well-educated and a well-formed conscience. So the Church is part of our mission, a very important part of our mission, is to teach the truth and to form good consciences, so that our people will make good decisions, not only in their own personal lives, but in their political choices and moral choices in life, and especially with our young people. But I have such great hope, because look at the turnout of the young people. I mean, they know abortion is immoral. They know that life is a gift from God. It's sacred, it's inviolable, and that's why they're here. Well, I think, first of all, bearing witness in their own lives to the truth about the dignity of human life, when they're in conversations with their peers, when that they have to be able to defend the teaching articulately and convincingly to their peers. I think they need to bear witness, especially to other young people. But also, once they reach voting age, to realize that these are preeminent issues to consider when one is making a decision in voting for particular candidates. And of course, the bishops give guidance about this in our document on forming consciences for faithful citizenship. And we list some of these priority issues. Of course, the dignity of human life is number one, because without the right to life, there's no other rights. You know, there are other religious liberty is another issue. Also, the defense of marriage, which I spoke about as well, as an institution, natural institution. So these are really the preeminent issues. There are many other important issues too, but I would say these are preeminent.